All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I was muted. Okay, so I'll start over what I said. So basically, I'm gonna be opening two boxes, draft booster boxes, and we're gonna be opening all these box toppers that we have from the boxes that we're opening for singles for the store for pre-orders. I'll go through another pack again to explain everything that's going on, but for the most part, after that, I'm gonna go pretty fast. Um, yeah, so there's been production delays, and Wizards has made a statement saying that some of the product is not going to get to us in time. So we made a post on our forum and our website to explain that there might be delays on stuff like collector boxes and bundles and things like that. We've been pretty conservative of what we put up for pre-order, so right now you can't pre-order a lot of this stuff. But draft booster boxes and pre-release kits and take-home pre-release are no problem. Those you can order, and you'll know you have it at the pre-release date for draft booster boxes and things like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna start cracking packs, and these are the Japanese style boxes. I'm not sure if they're gonna be the printing is gonna be like that for every box that you get from us, but I would guess so. And they have the token, or in that case of the first pack, you'll get the checklist, which is their answer to not having to do a checklist card for all the different flip cards that they have in the set, which is a lot. So you just make your own basically, which I think is a pretty elegant way of doing it. And then the second card is the rare, I believe. So, oh no, it's the full art land. So, yeah, so this is just an ad, and then so you get a full art land in every pack, and once in a while there'll be foil, but for the most part you get a foil full art land in each collector pack. But in regular booster pack, you just get a regular full art land. Some of them are pretty sweet, and I think there's 3 different art. Okay, so here we have foil right away. It looks pretty sweet. The foiling, it's probably not that easy to see, but I like some of these art. Like, I'm not a big fan of this planes, but there's a few that I like. And then the rare here is it's hard. Zargus Teeth. Yeah, Teeth. Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't think I've priced the pre-order for the cards. Some of them I forgot about it now, so I think this one's not like super interesting. But yeah, so I'm gonna skip over a lot of the commons and uncommons. If you want to take a look at all the cards, oh, there's one of the showcase here.
Oh wow, that's
yeah. Some of the showcase looks really nice. I especially like the mouse. I'm sure we'll sign. I think all the versions of the mouse are pretty cute. But yeah, so they made a lot of these cards in this set are the double side. They're a spell or a creature on one side, and a land that comes to play tapped on the other side. Some of the mythics are different. But yeah, I think it's a pretty interesting thing to do in general, and we'll see how push it is, and time will tell if this was a mistake. But for now, I'm pretty excited about them, and have all these ideas about things, decks to build and things like that.
Looking, Zendikar was one of those few sets, like the original Zendikar, where I went all in on it. And I like that they've gone back a couple times over the years and that, because it's really so flavorful.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. And then
kind of glad there's no Eldrazi.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll bring back the Eldrazi at some point, but for now they took a break.
Let's bring back Phyrexia.
So Taberax, this one's actually pretty good. I think we sold a decent amount on pre-order, and people seem excited about it. It's like a reasonably costed flying threat that gets bigger. Yeah. So again, some of these land on commons. I'm just go get through it and see if we have one in the showcase. But I'm trying to find the mouse. I think the mouse is really awesome.
What's the mouse do? I haven't seen
the card is not like nothing special. It's more of like I don't know. It's just the art's pretty cute, and then it's a showcase. There's showcase versions.
Okay. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I only looked at like the first couple days of spoilers.
I
haven't looked at anything else.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but yeah. Okay, so we get a foil. And so this is one of the rares of the rare cycle. So on one side it's 8 mana, destroy all non-land permanents. So it's basically Planar Cleansing, I think it's called. And on the other side it's a land that comes to play tap that taps for white. So
if you get flooded out, you can play that. Otherwise you're playing land.
Yeah, exactly. So it's supposed to be, good at any point of the game. I think the general idea of these lands that I like is when on one side it's a land, obviously they're all lands, but on the other side is an expensive card, like something that's impactful late game. So like I'm not super impressed by things like there's a force spike in the set. It's like 1 blue and 1. You counter a spell unless they pay 1. And on the other side it's a land. So like you want to draw that both sides are good early, which is not exactly what I would want to go for. Like I want the card that is good. Like it's a land early if you draw it early, but then it's an expensive spell on the other side if you get it later. I don't think I'm going to separate the rares for this. It's not like we were doing the VIP, but this is one of the best uncommons in the set, I believe. Acquisition Expert. I think a lot of the party is still like it's going to take time to see how good it is, but okay. So we got one in the showcase here. I think this one looks pretty sweet. A lot of cards in this set. So this one landfall deals 1 damage to each opponent. And I find that lately, like they're having a more focus on commander this year. So a lot of the cards in this set is, deals damage to each opponent or triggers off each opponent. So they're making more conscious choices. Whether you think that this is for the better or for the worse, is another question entirely. But I try to move through this. And then if I'm taking too long, I might just end up doing just one box and then just doing the box toppers, because the box toppers are like, the exciting fun part. Oh, this is the new Death Shadow type. It's not exactly Death Shadow, but it's 2 mana, and it's kicker. So when it comes to play, I think each opponent lose half their life. It's hard to read upside down.
That's not.
First kick, each player lose half their life. Okay, so it's you also, and then its power toughness is 20 minus the highest life total. So this is not a commander card, like in any way.
No.
But if you can find a way, like people have been talking about, like like Flame Rift, things like that, or like just general cards that deal damage to both players, and then it can get really big, really quick. Also, like in other older formats, like Modern, like people tend to fetch and shock and do damage to themselves, so you just need to do like a little bit of damage. I'm not sure exactly what home it's going to be, if it fits in like some sort of Dead Shadow sideboard plan, or if it's just like a good card on its own that's going to spawn a new set. But I know we basically sold out of pre-order unless we order more than, because I usually put up 4 of every mythic, and if we open more, then we'll have them up for pre-order. But it's been a very popular. Like we sold out like almost instantly, basically.
So the kicker is you pay life.
No, the kicker is 5 mana, so it's a 2 mana. Yeah, it's 5 mana. So I think the kicker you're not going to pay very often. Also, I believe the kicker is when you cast. Yeah, so even if they counter this creature, everybody still loses half their life.
Yeah. I think that's a good late game commander card, but
it's pretty hard because like you start at 40, right? So, so it's definitely a lot harder.
Again, I'm not a commander player by any means. When I
So
sit down and play commander,
Master of Winds, I think this one is not that great. It's one of those landfall. I don't want to trash like cards here and there, but I'm not gonna lie to people, like just straight up. I don't think it's very good, but people can prove me wrong. But it's like landfall. You can switch the power toughness of it, and then when it enters the battlefield, you draw 2 cards, and then you discard a card.
Okay.
It's just, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Sometimes that's the card you're dealt in Magic.
Yeah. It's also probably fine and limited, but
yeah. I'm really excited to play with that 017 creature.
The crab, the legendary crab. It's like 017. There's a lot of random shenanigans that you can do. I've heard that the foiling is supposed to be issued in lines, but I haven't seen anything yet.
So from my perspective, on seeing it on screen, that I'm not getting any lines in that, but I noticed that the foiling is less foily than the previous set.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean it's
hard. Maybe for it looks about the same to me.
Okay.
The Paragon is pretty sweet. I think like these party creatures are gonna take time. Like they might be like, some of them might be good right away. Others might get better as they print more cards to add the party over like the year. I'm sure they're conscious of what cards they added, what creature type they have, and especially considering there's a D&D set coming up in the summer, and that's going to have some cards to add.
This will be in standard when that D&D set comes out.
Yeah, it is.
Which is,
Yeah,
I'm super excited for that set.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. You're a big D&D fan, right?
I'm not a D&D fan. I'm a role playing fan, but I've been waiting for this for 20 plus years.
Yeah, it's surprising it took them that long to do this, considering they've owned the IP for a long time. So
I'd like to point out the irony that nobody can see other than you. That I'm wearing a Dungeons & Dragons shirt.
Yeah, I can confirm he is wearing a D&D shirt.
Yeah.
So I love the flavor of this. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I love the whole idea of like he's a human warrior, and cowards can't block warriors, and then you can make creatures into cowards, I believe, or something like that. You pay 1 and it gains haste. Yeah, something like that. I think one of the choices, target creature becomes a coward until end of turn, so you like scares people into not being able to block. So I think that's pretty sweet. I think I'm just gonna do one box because we're spending time talking, and I don't want to, clickbait people into like watching a long video just so they can see the box offers and things like that.
Yeah,
So
it makes sense. I mean, we also have next week when we're gonna be cracking open the collectors.
yeah, so I'm not exactly sure when we're gonna get them because again of the production issues, but I believe once we get them next week, we'll crack the collective boxes that we're opening for singles on pre-order. Like we'll crack them on stream,
Yep.
and then you'll also see like the foil expedition that we get at that point will be added to pre-order. So this is our first of the new dual flip lands, which I think are really sweet. Like it's a really cool design and elegant way, I think, to make lands that come into play untapped, which was really needed. Like every land they've have in standard and just even in Commander, like you want these lands to come into play untapped. So you decide when it comes to play. It's not like anytime, and then it's either literally like it taps for a blue, or on the other side it taps for a red. And I think the art's pretty sweet. The full art ones are also really cool. I know you can open them in regular boosted boxes, not just in collector and things like that. So yeah.
Speaking of boxes, there's 3 boxes from my understanding. There's the draft box, the set box, and collector. Am I missing anyone?
No, you're not missing. Those are the 3 different choices, and they each have their own definition of things that can be in them. It's getting a little more complicated in general, but it is what it is. I think the set boosters is what I'm gonna eventually, when I'm buying boxes to crack, is what I'm gonna buy, and this is gonna be what I open for for drafting and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our first planeswalker. It's Jace. It's the kicker Jace.
The Jace, I still don't know if it's good or bad.
I think it's pretty good. I don't know how far back it's gonna go. It's not one of those immediately broken right out of the box card, but like it generates a decent amount of card advantage. And the only issue I have is that's kind of weird. Is it's 0? Maybe it's on purpose, where you reveal the top card and then you negative the loyalty based on the casting cost. It's really weird that it's on the same set as the flip lands. So anytime you hit a flip land, it's gonna take away loyalty from Jace. But maybe that's maybe they did it on purpose because it was too powerful when they were just doing it like as a minus ability.
I mean, Jace has a long history of very powerful printings, and the fact that he kind of comes in and clones himself is kind of scary. But I feel that this Jace will be less impactful than Nahiri. I feel like there's some serious shenanigans will still going on.
I think Jace is going to be better than Nahiri for like standard. Maybe you and me can look back on this in the future.
Yeah.
But I do think the best one for Commander is Nissa. Nissa seems pretty sweet. You can put some powerful cards into play. Okay,
so what was that showcase card? Or
the last one?
Yeah.
It's a common. It's a landfall creature. It's a 1-drop that gets bigger.
Okay.
It gets +2/+2 when you play land.
The art is very Lion King-ish.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. Like, you mean like the hyenas looking? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true.
Alright, let's go. What we got here?
So this is like a 3-mana, like clone your own creature, basically, when it comes to play. Or on the other side, it's just a land that comes to play. This one I think is really powerful. Like, it's not overcosted. Like this is what we paid for an uncommon, like a 3-mana copy your own creature type of deal. So I think this one's actually pretty good. And here we have our first Blood Chief's Thirst, which is, I believe, probably the best card in the set. Like, time will tell. But
what
it's...
does it do? Look again, I haven't looked at
all it's 1 black sorcery.
Yep.
Which is important. It's not an instant. And destroy target creature or planeswalker that costs 2 or less for 1 mana. So early, it kills a small creature, or a planeswalker that costs 2, which is mostly Ren and 6, but, I mean... We have to mention Tybalt exists, and
poor Tybalt.
Yeah, and then kicker extra. So for black and 2, you destroy any creature or planeswalker.
Oh.
So it's good early game. It's good late game.
And it's sorcery speed.
It's sorcery speed. So it's not like Fatal Push. It's not instant, but it can do things that Fatal Push couldn't do.
Yeah.
I still think Fatal Push is probably going to be either better in time, or there's metas where you're going to want to play, like I'm talking like meta in Modern and things like that, Pioneer, where you want to play a mix of both, or you want to play, but times will tell. But I think this card is obviously very strong, and it was made to have an answer to early removal and then to still be impactful when you draw it late game.
Honestly, that's actually the best removal spell I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but removals kind of sucked lately.
That's true. So on top of the blank cards for the double face cards, they made a copy, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm guessing this is just a copy of Jace, right? So it counts as, but they say as a copy of any permanent. So if you just want to show that this is a copy of something else you haven't played, or a clone.
It looks really nice.
I
enjoy the color scheme of it.
All right, and this Ancient Green Warden is probably the best commander card in the set. I mean, time will have to tell. But this card seems incredibly powerful. It's aggressively costed. It's 6 mana for 5/7. It's got reach. It's got the Crucible of Worlds ability. You can play lands from your graveyard. And then it has the ability that whenever you play a land, it triggers anything that would make it trigger twice. So if you have landfall, it's going to trigger landfall twice. If you have something that triggers whenever a permanent enters the battlefield, it's going to trigger twice. So this card is...
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this card's really powerful.
But that's not... Sorry, that's not the new Avenger of Zendikar. There's something even better than that, isn't there?
No, this is... I think this is the best card. Like, if I opened a box at home, that's the card I would want to open.
Okay.
There's a Leyline Tyrant that's also very good.
That card is, like... you and I discussed this actually a couple weeks ago when I saw that. I'm like, doesn't that make Blades of Fire fantastic?
Leyline Tyrant? Yeah, it does.
It's like if you're a commander player, just, get a Blades of Fire out and get that thing out, and you're golden.
Yeah. So Legion Angel. So this is the one where you can, when it comes to play, you can search for your sideboard to grab other copies. There's some pretty interesting decisions that people are gonna have to make in deck building, whether like they want to play 1 in their main deck, 3 in their sideboard, or 2 and 2, or some people might even just play like 1 in their deck and 2 in their sideboard because they're like, well, I'm never gonna need to cast 4 of these to win the game. So It's pretty interesting. I also think it's funny that a few people bought these and only bought 1 from us, so I don't know what the plan is, but I mean,
they could have read it wrong. They could have.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like anything that says go to your sideboard is usually pretty good.
Yeah, I like that they're using the sideboard. They started with Companion, which obviously was not a great thing overall, but I like that they're using the sideboard as more of a resource nowadays. And eventually, if you tax it enough, then like you're gonna start to have decisions like, hey, do I need actual sideboard cards, or do I need more cards that I can search? There it is. There's your boy, the crab.
The crab.
0-17.
Give me some butter and garlic. Give me that, boy.
Yeah, let's get some cooking going. So I don't know what combos or things people are gonna do with this, but it's definitely interesting. And I think I'm gonna start skipping the comments.
That, I think it's an old card where you switch the power on top. This costs 1 blue. Twiddle. No,
Twiddle taps are on top. But there is a card that, I mean, I think they've made different variations of things like that. There's also creatures or enchantments that make it so like your creatures deal damage based on their toughness instead of their power. So I'm sure people have like all kinds of plans. I haven't looked into it too far. So this one is a kicker support. I think is when you kick a spell, you draw a card and then discard a card, and then it does something. I can't remember what else, but it's a solid card if that's what you're trying to do. And I haven't really seen much kicker commander decks lately, but maybe people will start building more as we get closer.
When I played Commander years ago more religiously, even then, like the kicker cards, you were paying something. I think it was like this massive land destruction spell that had a kicker or something like that.
Yeah, like there's a few cards, but this would have to be centered around a kicker deck, basically.
Yeah.
I think this card's also interesting. I'm not sure how good it's going to be. So the spell costs 1 less if an opponent controls no basic land. So it kind of punishes your opponent for playing non-basic land. I wish they just made more cards that just said like cost 1 less if your opponent has no basic land, or if if your opponent has no basic land, you get to do an extra thing. Like I wish they explored this space a little more, because there's so many non-basic land in this set that a lot of these, like especially the mythic ones that you can pay life to come into play untapped.
Yeah.
I feel like they're almost free, and I wish they kind of put something in there to punish people for having to make those choices. But I mean, it's better than nothing. And yeah, on the other side, it's a land that comes into play tapped. So I'm not sure how good this card is going to be, but it's definitely interesting. A little foil here. Okay, so we have our first rare showcase. And I believe this is the new Avenger of Zendikar. I don't know how good it's going to be. So whenever it comes to play, you make a plan for each basic land you control, which is a big clause of it. And then landfall is whenever land comes to play, you put a +1/+1 counter on target plan. So it's like a, it's not as good as Avenger of Zendikar, which is still a world beater, but I think it looks. The main thing is now you get to add this to your deck that focuses on around things like that, landfall and things like that. So obviously it's a very good card, and the red might impact how played it is, but I think the showcase one looks really sweet.
From what I've seen of the landfall decks so far that are kind of popping up that people are brewing, Naya seems to be the choice.
Yeah.
Or like some even I've seen 5 colorless, I've seen 4 colorless, and my shocklands are rotating.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a huge impact.
Yeah. Also, like everybody's worried about Uro dominating the format and things like that, but Uro's losing Bleeding Pool, and other color pairs got the new flip lands, but blue green didn't.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a lot harder to make a mana base based around blue green. So I'm sure Uro's still gonna have a big impact, but I think you're gonna have to work a lot harder to make it work. I think this card is very underrated.
Is that the blue-white one?
It's the blue-green one, and it's blue-green X, and it gets +1/+1 counter for each colorless that you played. It gets +1/+1 counter for each mana you spent, and then you can remove 2 counters to copy a kick spell, which I think a lot of people are just kind of reading it quickly and thinking like, oh, if I pay 4 mana, I get a 2/2, and then I can remove 2 counters, I can let it die to copy a spell, but it's not. If you just pay 2 mana at its base, it's a 2/2. And you can just remove the 2 counters. So that's the fail case. Like, it's a 2/2 that you can basically sack to copy a kick spell. But like, it's a 4/4 for 4 mana, and it scales up really well. I think this is a card that people are just kind of either misreading and underrating. And I mean, again, I'm not sure if in time it'll be played more, but I've basically heard nobody say anything about it, and I think it's kind of like what a lot of people misread the card.
Okay. Let's
So foil common, and then we have Gracma. So he's a 3/3 for 3, and then whenever creatures with +1/+1 counter dies, you make copies of it. So it's a pretty solid card, judging the fact that you can put multiple in your deck, and then the second, like, it's a legendary creature, but the second one that you get creates another creature that's bigger. So it's not bad to draw it in multiple, which doesn't make it like that much of a legend. So another showcase common. Upside down. Nahiri's Little Forming. This card thing is very powerful.
That's a flip card, right?
No, it's just you sacrifice X land, and then for each land you sacrifice this way, you draw a card, and you can put lands into play.
Yeah, I remember reading this, and I was like, oh my god, that's
insane. There's a lot of combos that people are talking about with ways to put extra lands and Lotus Cobra, like creating loops and things like that. So it's definitely going to be interesting how... It's one of those cards that I don't believe can ever be fair. Like, it's either not going to be playable in any way, or it's going to do something like really degenerate. Like, you don't just randomly sack all your lands for fun, just like that.
I mean, I prefer sacking my lands to like Valakut triggers and like, even making zombies.
So this is the new like fixed, I guess, Bloodghast answer. So it's a 3/1 that can't block. And it's got kicker, so when you kick it, it comes with 2 +1/+1 counters, so it's a 5/3. Okay. And then landfall is whenever you've played a land, you can cast it from your graveyard. So it just keeps coming back as a 5/3. It's a threat that puts actual pressure on
That's
by itself.
Huh. But it doesn't come back to the battlefield. You have to recast it.
Well, yeah, you cast it. You
Yeah.
can recast anytime you play a land. So you can play a land, you can pay 2 mana to recast it to 3/1,
Okay.
or you can recast it and pay 5. So like early game, you can play on turn 2, and then you attack or it dies to something, and then later in the game you can play a land and bring it back as a 5/3. So this is the inscription. So when we were putting up the cards for period, I was pricing these, and I was, oh, this one's good, the other one's better, and I kept waiting for them to spoil the last two, like as they did the some 3 of the colors, and then I was just like, are they gonna spoil the last 2? Like, what are we waiting for? And then it turns out they made 2 more, which I think I can respect. Some people were complaining about it, but they made 2 more, and they just didn't like the red and the white one. So instead of they've made a lot of cycles where like 2 of them are just not good cards, and this time they decided, well, instead of just making bad ones, let's just only put 3 and not make the whole cycle. And who knows, maybe in the future they'll come back and finish the cycle with, when they have better ideas on the red or white one. Okay, this card is very good. It is on one side, it's 7 mana.
Just tilt it forward a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
7 mana. Look at the top. I think it's 7 cards. Yeah, and you can put a creature directly into play. If it's a creature that costs 3 or less, it comes with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. So if you hit a creature, you're gonna hit either something big or
Something small is gonna be coming.
yeah, and it's on of the mythic cycle. So this is the first land that we have opened that it comes into play tapped, or you can pay 3 life to have it come into play untapped. I think these are, I don't want to say like use the word, but they're almost free to put in your decks. And I think whatever color you're playing, you're gonna play either, like if you're green red, you're either gonna play this one or the red one, or depending what you need. But I think these mythic lands are like incredible. And in Commander, there's not much of a cost, I think, to put a card like this in your deck. No. And then there's a limited amount of lands that you want to put in your deck that only tap for one color. But I think these cycle lands are really worth it.
Yeah, the ability to just dig into your library and get a creature has always been.
I think we haven't seen this one yet, but yeah, there's a decent amount of showcase commons in this set. So we're nearing the bottom third of this box, and then I'll do the box toppers after, and just skip the second one. Yep. I always end up talking more than I plan to.
It's fine. I mean, we have people enjoying, we're having a conversation, we're looking at new cards. It's always fun. And we're doing it again next week.
Yeah, the next week's gonna be fun. Yeah. Also, at the collector boxes.
I have to get a thing to reflect the glare a little bit better, because those are going to be shiny.
Yeah. And Squad Commander. We won't talk about this card because our friend KYT got the preview, so I don't want to mention any part of it. This card does not exist to me.
Oh, wow.
It's the first time I think they didn't give him a land destruction card. Oh, it looks like we got I got a preview. It looks like we got a full art card. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that looks amazing. Like I saw it.
Let's hold that up a little bit closer to the camera so we can get a nice. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah,
that's really pretty.
Yeah. So, time will tell how good this Nahiri is.
I think this Nahiri is good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. The fact that it can hit Winota and Embercleave, I just don't know how many 4-drops you can play in those decks. But it's also like they're gonna keep making equipment. I think this card, like, we can assume there's gonna be a decent amount of equipment in the the D&D set, right? Yeah. Like D&D is all about.
That's what I'm thinking too. And can we really assume that Embercleave is a 6-drop card when realistically it always comes down to 2?
Well, it doesn't come on turn 2. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't cost 6.
No,
but it comes out later in the game a little bit. So I think this is one of the best cards in the set. Like, it's not a bomb or anything, but I think it's going to be very impactful. It's one of those cards that I believe is what you want. It's a land early in the game when you want to play it, and then late game it's a regrowth, and it's going to bring back whatever threat you need and things like that. It's a really powerful effect to have on a land, I think.
Oh yeah.
And this is the mouse. This is I thought it was a common, but it's an uncommon. So this is the showcase version. I just think it's cool, like creature mouse, and like. It's not like a broken card, but I think it's kind of cute.
What does it do?
So it's landfall when landfall triggers, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
Okay.
It's a 1/2 for 3. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. But I don't know. I just wish they made more mouse.
Is it colorless?
No, it's 1 white and 2.
Okay.
So it's a white creature.
So play that in a Boros deck with that other card where you sack all
I
your
feel-
lands and draw all your cards.
I feel like they could have made it a little bit stronger. Like they didn't really need to be start at 1-2. Like, come on, give white a break. It feels like it's been a while since,
Hey, well, wait, black got enchantment removal in this, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Like, how many years has that been?
I mean, never, right? Like, except they had the Farika's Libation recently, which was but this one actually destroys like an enchantment. This card's also really, really good. Human Cleric. I don't know if it's going to be actually played in Modern. I don't think it's probably not good enough in humans, but I'm not sure. So at the beginning of your combat, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
Okay. So
you played pre-combat. If you have a creature, you can put a +1/+1 counter on it, and next turn, every turn you do that. Or if you have nothing in play, that's the thing that's really good about this is if you just play it, it automatically becomes a 2/2. So at worst, it's a bear, and then on the first time it attacks, it's a 3/3.
Yeah.
So I think it just gives you like incremental advantage. So I think this is a good card.
And that's in white. So I mean, white doesn't necessarily. White has a lot of weird things. The ability to pump your creature up, who's like, let's be honest, a lot of them are like white mini decks and stuff like that just have cards from other colors.
Wow.
Yeah, well, the truth hurts.
Yeah. And here we have one of the borderless. So you can get borderless full art of these lands. I think you can probably get foil. It's probably really rare, but I think you can probably get a foil borderless land in this. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks really sweet. I'm not sure if you can tell.
It's really nice.
Yeah. So those are just flip lands. There's 6 different ones. Like we opened one earlier. I think we opened the blue-red one earlier, but
yes.
They didn't make every color combination, and white-green is one of them. So yeah. Again, I'm not sure off the top of my head if you can get a foil one in the draft boosters, but you probably can. It's probably the same as Planeswalkers, but you can definitely obviously get them in collector booster boxes. Construct token. I hate these cards. Like I know I'm gonna lose to this card in limited and constructed. I just
All right, what's it do? Let me see
this. It's a 7 mana 6/6.
Okay.
Kicker 3.
Yep.
This spell can be countered.
Okay.
It's got hexproof and haste. You just can't do anything. You just block it, or like I don't know. If you can't counter it, you can't remove it. It's just like I'm just gonna lose to this card randomly so many times. And if it was kicked, it enters a battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters. It's just a your casual 10/10 haste that can't be countered.
So I wish I had a censor button for what I want to say right now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of aggressive mage out there who are like, yeah, I'm gonna smash you with this thing, and you can't do anything. But wow, I hate everything about it.
Limited games go long sometimes, and getting to 10 man is not that difficult.
Yeah, Lavinia, a lot of text. I'm not gonna read all of it. It's decent. I don't know exactly what it's gonna fit in.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, I like the art of this one. It's just it's a 3/1 trample for 3 and landfall gets
I need to
+2/+2.
I need to clip that where you say you like the art on something.
I thought negate was gonna rotate. I thought for the first time in like a decade we weren't gonna have negate in standard. Nope. And this is the new Tron hate piece. They once a year they print a new card that hates on Tron, and
that never works out.
I mean, I think the what's it called? The last one worked, the 2 mana artifact. That one was pretty good. That thing's fair, yeah. But this one is destroy non-basic land and its controller. I think it's just target land. I guess you can destroy a basic and its controller search for a basic to put into play tapped, and then you draw a card.
You draw the card, or they draw the card?
You draw a card.
Okay.
Like they get to search for a replacement land.
Yeah.
You can also, if you're really in trouble, you can cast on your own land to get fixing, but the land comes to play tapped.
I remember once during a game, someone asked why I destroyed their land. I think it was when the Assassin's Trophy came out.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm just going to get another land. I was like, yeah, but now you're off color. It made sense to me at the time.
Yeah. So Casa Royal, This next instant or sorcery. Yeah, this card is weird. It reduces the cost, I think, but I don't know. I'm kind of over it. It's one of those cards that like I understand why they printed it, and some people are gonna abuse it. It's just not for me. It's not where my mind goes right away.
No, I've seen the style of decks you play.
Ooh.
Ooh, what is that?
So this is the white version of the mythic land that you can pay 3 life to have it come into play on top, and this is the foil version. So the 7 mana you get 2 4/4, flying angel tokens, and then creatures. What's the second part? Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. It's just like I'm attacking. I don't know. It's a sorcery, and then on the other side, it's one of those lands that you can pay 3 life to have come into play untapped. I'm gonna put this one on the top. Try not to pile on so many cards on top of it. But yeah. Oh, and you got 2 rares in this pack actually. Nice. So Oran Reef Ooze is just like a 2/2 that gets bigger. It's a +1/+1 counter standard card. Yeah, I think this card is very bad. This Force Spike. This is what everybody was like. Oh, this card is good on both sides. I'm like, not really. Like it's a land early, and on the other side it's a Force Spike. Like how happy are you to draw a Force Spike on turn 12?
Sometimes,
yes, but
it does work. But
it does work. But like your question is like, you draw it now, you're gonna hold up a land, not play it as a land because you might catch something.
Yeah, I mean, like because I play a lot of control decks. I mean, having a land or a Force Spike is reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the other players, they're trying to play around your counter spell, and sometimes they don't.
So this is the regular version. I'm more excited about the mouse than I was for the rare. This is the regular version. Look at this. Come on. Tell me it's not super cute.
It is kind of cute.
Exactly. So that's the regular version of it. Yeah. Big fan of the mouse. So we have 4 packs left, and then I'll just move on to the box toppers.
All right.
All right. Ooh, wow. That's 2 foil mythic in this box. That's pretty sweet. This is also one of the most interesting commander card that we're going to get in this set.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. I think we've sold all the regular version. Yeah. So it's a 4 mana artifact. You can pay 2 to copy target activated or triggered ability. So yeah. So 3 mana to copy target. I think it's instant or sorcery. Yeah. Or 4 mana to, which is a new thing I've never seen him do. Copy target permanent spell you control. So what does that mean is you cast a creature, you cast a permanent, and while it's on the stack, you can copy it.
Is that how that's...
Yeah, they worded it this way so that you can't just copy a permanent that you have in play. So while you're casting it, you can copy it.
Okay.
And we got 2 rares again.
I guess the rules update will be uploaded soon online in that.
Yeah, if it hasn't, I didn't check, but yeah, this card is really going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm sure that'll happen at the pre-release.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the new Super Traumatize. So it's 2 mana each. Each opponent mills 8 cards.
Yeah.
Or kicker, each opponent mills half their library, I believe, right?
Yes.
So with the jumpstart blue creature, you can mill everybody out. But again, this is one of those cards that I'm talking about when I say that they decided to frame it so that it hits each opponent a lot, and a lot of people missed that it was each opponent when they were reading it, which happens. Like I've been looking at these cards for since they've been spoiling, and I've been pricing them and putting them up, and I still miss some of the stuff and make mistake, and I'm like, why did we sell out of this card? Oh yeah, I priced it too cheap because I misread it. So another one of those 2-sided lands. So I think this is our 3rd one in this box.
I think it's our 4th actually.
We got white, green, borderless, blue, red, and I think
beforehand and that one.
Okay, I'll have to look back at the tape. I'm questioning this.
I'm sure our
but they're
will correct us if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but they're rares, and I think they're very good. And I'm gonna try to nab a play set. I try not to pre-order cards and let other people have a chance at it and everything. But once the set's out, then all bets are off, and I try to grab whatever I can. But yeah,
fair in love and war.
Yeah. So this is the new upgraded. So Rip Darksteel Ingot, I think it's called. It's an indestructible 3 mana artifact.
Okay.
That taps for any color.
Okay.
It's got Kicker 3, and then if you kicked it, you get 2 copies of this. So you just get, I think they come into play tapped though. The tokens come into play copies.
You get 3 mana rocks if you kick it.
Yeah, you get 3 mana rocks, but the copies come into play tapped.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like, it's a Darksteel Ingot that's just better in every way. Like if you're playing Darksteel Ingot in your commander deck nowadays, it's because you're either going budget, which is perfectly fine, or because you want to play this plus Darksteel Ingot. Because it's just like a clear upgrade to it. And it's not like Darksteel Ingot was like that played nowadays, but it used to be like a,
it was
very
a good
powerful.
card.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've played enough Darksteel.
I think this is our first foil showcase, maybe? I'm not sure, but it looks pretty sweet.
What is it?
I mean, the card is not very good. Landfall, it's more of a limited card. It's a 5/4 landfall. When it comes to play, it gains indestructible.
Okay.
And here we have the new-ish Tarmogoyf. I don't know.
Oh, the red one.
Yeah, it's 1/3, and then as long as you have 4 or more instant or sorcery, it becomes a 4/4. And you can tap it to discard a card, so it's a discard outlet also, and exile the top 2 cards of your library, and you may play one of those 2 cards until end of turn.
Is it in all graveyards or yours?
It's your graveyard.
Okay, so I mean,
it's not really Tarmogoyf, but it's
it's not, because you try to bolt the Tarmogoyf at some point in your life.
Yeah.
And you're just like, nope, now it's this. It's like, damn it.
I mean, I think, time will tell how good it is. But the fact that it's a discard outlet might bring some new, different things you can do.
Different stratagems.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crack this box to get the box topper out, and then we're gonna start opening.
All right.
The big stuff.
So, you get the box topper out, and that. I'm going to deliver that box, I guess. Oh, hey, wait, what was that? They put a thing in to protect it now?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, because so that there was a lot of issues. So they put this thing at the top, which is just a little piece of cardboard flap that just holds it in place so that it doesn't get bent at the end of it.
Yeah.
So we cracked 36 boxes for the store, and none of the box toppers looked like they were damaged in it. So it's worked.
That's amazing.
Yeah. My suggestions to them multiple times was put the box topper at the bottom, which is what I believe they did with Transformer. I'm just gonna use.
Yes, they did that with.
And I think that was good enough to not damage the box topper, but they did this instead, which works and doesn't use. So first one, I think that's the worst one. Colonnade.
Colonnade.
Yeah.
Colonnade is never bad.
I mean, yeah. I was basically complaining earlier that why is Colonnade in this set, considering it's not really that played anymore. It's just one of those. Anyway, I don't want to trash winning expeditions right away, but it's definitely one of the ones that I priced at the cheapest price on our website. And yeah, it's just not exactly what Magic does these days. Now, Seachrome Coast. Okay. I've played a lot of Seachrome Coast in my life. It's I don't know if it still is these days, but it was a mainstay in Humans. It was always a 1 or 2 of in Humans, which is one of probably the decks I've played the most. I'm gonna leave this on camera. We're just gonna start taking more and more space. Yeah. It's hard for me to tell which side is up or down. So for the camera, but I'll try.
I mean, as I said earlier, I'm gonna try and.
Oh my god!
Figure this thing.
We have Colonnade number 2.
Yes. Yes. So this is again the second time where we've been on stream together that blue-white has been in control of these
all blue-white. Let's see if we can get Flooded Strand next. That'd be awesome.
Either we're getting it next or it's going to be the last one. Just like my Stoneforge Mystic.
I'm panicked I'm going to cut into one of these expeditions. I'm trying to move them to the bottom as much as I can, but alright, what we have? Dark Slick. Sure. I didn't realize how these feel different.
Let's see.
It looks like there's grooves in the card. Let me try to. There's definitely. I heard that they had a shiny thing, but there's. I mean, it's gonna be hard for me to show on camera, but I believe the blue part of the art here is different than the gray part. It's kind of shiny. Yeah. Highlighted.
It is.
That looks really sweet.
I mean, that's actually very cool. I like the design of it. Like out of all of the expeditions and stuff, I like those designs.
Yeah, and I'm a
Because
big
I can
fan
read
of giving people an option between foil and non-foil because I understand, like, if I'm playing Commander, I'm going to foil on anything I have, whatever I have in my trade binder or whatever I can find a deal on. I like to try to foil out my Commander if I can, if it's not, too ridiculous in price. But but when I'm playing competitive Magic, which I do, which I did a lot before the pandemic, I like to have I basically don't play any foils ever in competitive. So I like that they give us options to make our deck look better without being all foil. Yeah. We have our first fetch land, Windswept Heat.
Okay.
I love this sun, like right in your face. It's, yeah.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I think the sun right in my face can just die.
So again, these expeditions, I put one of each up for pre-order because I know we're opening a decent amount. The foils I have not put up yet because it depends what we open next week. We're not opening enough collector boxes to have the pre-order. But anything that we open 2 of, I'm going to add. So like if you wanted a Celestin Colonnade, and I think we might have sold it already, then now tonight I'm going to add the extra ones that we get so that they can. So check back if there's something that you wanted that we were sold out of, and it'll be up. Yeah. Second fetch land in a row, March Flats. I guess I should show it better. Yeah. So I think there's 30 different expeditions that you can get. I think the Windswept Heat looks awesome. The one I'm really hoping for is Cavern. I think the Cavern and the Prismatic Vista look pretty sweet.
That's right, Cavern is.
Yeah, Cavern of Soul is in this. We have Verdant Catacombs. So we got 3. Again, we can't say like, oh, it's in a row or anything because like they're literally grabbed from different. We opened 6 cases and we just grab all the boxes, so I have no idea which order they're in. But yeah, 3 fetches. So I guess 1 in 3 is a fetch, right? There's 10 fetches out of 30 cards.
Yeah, that would math would check out on that. But pack odds are different.
No, I think they're the same, right? I don't think there's any rarity between each of the different cards in the.
Well, it's not usually that. It's usually what's on the print sheet, right?
Yeah, but I think they made these pretty even. Oh, Ryzen Canopy, another mainstay in humans. So they've made the 5 Canopy lands in Modern Horizon. This was obviously the original Canopy, and I can't, like, I'm just guessing here. I'm just spitballing. I'm guessing they're probably gonna make the other 4 in Modern Horizon too, and then have
which was announced, right?
Yeah, it was announced that Modern Horizon 2 comes out next year. Yeah, and the only thing they've said is that there's fetch lands in them.
Yeah,
at rare.
That's right. That's what I remember.
And Razorverge ticket. I love the art on this one.
I have played many Razorverge tickets.
Actually, I don't think I've ever played one, but I quit Magic for a while, so let's put this one up with the green white one.
This time period when those were around was like my most competitive.
Okay, that's fair. So. Like, I've played some of the lands. I'm not a big white-green. It's just never, I've played Humans, which has white-green, but it hasn't come in.
I think I played it for like Crochet.
I'm big fan of these lands, the Morphic Pool. So like, I think the Battle Bond lands in general are really, really powerful. I'm gonna try to leave it by color, and I'm glad they're giving us the rest of these in Commander Legends, but just reprinting them. Like, I know it's not adding like a ton. It's not like putting them in actual booster pack, but it still adds. Like, we have a hard time just restocking these. Like, in general, they're just hard to find.
Yeah, I think like anytime I've bought a Battle Bond pack and gotten those lands, either you or Pat are like, I need that.
Yeah. Wooded Foothills. So we got 4 of the fetches so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else special to say about the Wooded Foothills. I think they could have done a better job with that art. Not to criticize the artist and everything, but it just.
Who's the artist?
What? Okay, now you wanted me to say his name on top of criticizing.
No, okay, hold
Sorry,
on.
not his. Their art.
Pass it to me, and I'll read it myself.
Okay, I say his without checking, so I'm still getting used to be better about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So second Windswept Heat. So we're doubling up. Which one are we missing? I guess we're missing a lot. There's all 10.
There's 10.
Yeah.
So, we have
4?
4, 5. Oh, wait, did we double up?
Yeah, we double up on the Windswept Heat. Okay. I'm trying to keep them
Now, Windswept Heath is actually the one I think that has the most reprints too.
Yeah, I think it was in like a promo pack or something, or like
was in one of those sets a couple years ago. I forget what it was called though. An event deck?
I forgot this was
it
in there.
Style of event deck.
Grove of the Burn Willows. This card, what?
Grove of the Burn.
Yeah.
Unbanned Punishing Fire.
I know. Set it free. I actually don't think Punishing Fire would be too good for Modern. Like it would be like.
I think there's a lot of cards that can be argued like that. I watched a video the other day about GTA being unbanned, and
Sea of Clouds.
GTA's not that good against control decks.
Sure, I think GTA might be a little much, but
GTA destroys creature decks.
Like, are you telling me that Grove of the Burn Willows and Punishing Fire is really that much better than Uro?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, that's
they're
like
just as degenerate.
Yeah.
I would 9 times out of 10 I would play Punishing.
There it is.
Grove. Oh, hello.
There's the Cavern of Soul.
Ooh,
As a humans player, I've been eyeing this one. I love this card so much.
That art is gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know how well you can capture it, but I'm gonna leave it in the middle somewhere. It looks super sweet.
When I post this up to YouTube,
yeah,
probably later on this week, I'm gonna the key cards in which we're super excited about, we're just gonna pop on the screen there.
Yeah,
and that's so you guys can take a look at it better. But I mean, you can go to our website and.
There's the Flooded Strand. Actually, I like this one. It's very like simple, but I'm a big fan.
It looks, I don't know.
Again, like art is like whatever subjective. Everybody has different views on it. I personally like it. So I mean, we have a decent amount.
I don't get
left.
it. I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't get it. I like art. I like art on my cards very much, and I'm like, I don't get this art. But I mean, what do I know?
There's the Misty Rainforest. So another fetches. Maybe I should just move this one up a little bit, make some room. Yeah, one of the best fetch lines, right? Like the Misty, Scalding Tarn, Polluted Delta. I mean, those are my style. Yeah.
Those are my styles.
But I mean, they're also like usually the more expensive ones. Misty, Verdant Catacombs, I think, and Scalding Tarn are like pretty much always the most expensive ones.
Yeah.
There's the Delta. So
nice.
Let me just try to put all the fetches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're missing
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
We're missing Scalding Tarn. Let's try to figure out what we're missing here.
Tarn,
green,
red.
No, we have Wooded Foothills. Green, black. We have.
Green, black. We have. Green, white.
There it is, Bloodstained Mire. It's gonna answer for us.
Right.
Okay, Bloodstained Mire was one. I guess Arid Mesa is another one we're missing.
Oh,
so
yeah,
Scalding Tarn and Arid Mesa are the two we're missing now. And again, it's kind of irrelevant. Like they've been up for pre-order. Some of them we sold, some of them we haven't. But I'm just, for the sake of opening in this video, it'd be fun to open one of each.
What are the box toppers? Okay, so the box toppers so far is what you're seeing on screen. We have 8 of the 10 fetch lands, Cavern of Souls, Celestial Colonnade, some other one. What's the one beside Colonnade?
Beside Colonnade is Seachrome Coast.
Seachrome Coast.
Is the viewer asking like
the
how you get box toppers?
They were asking what are the box toppers.
Yeah, so maybe it's somebody who's newer to this, and even I'm gonna answer that question the way I feel it is. So some sets, including Double Masters and Zendikar Rising, have in each box you get a box topper, which is it comes in a package like this, and it's on top of the box, and it's the special cards that you can't get in the regular booster boxes or set boosters, and they have a special art. They're not standard legal. They're just completely separate, just cool looking, expensive cards, basically. So you get one in each regular box, one in each set box, and then you get 2 of these in collector booster box.
Yeah.
Promenade, so another one of the Battle Bomb lands.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Battle Bomb lands. That was the one I was looking at. I was like, what is this?
This one looks pretty sweet. It's a kind of a little house. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little castle, I guess.
A little palace.
A little promenade.
A little Tropical Promenade. So if you guys are interested in any of these cards, they will be posted on our online store.
I mean, they're already posted. They've been up. They've been up for pre-orders for maybe a week, over a week. I've put one of each.
Okay.
And then any that have doubled up, I'm gonna add the double up.
So that's from the man himself. So that's definitely fun. Pre-releases this weekend.
Pre-releases this weekend. We have limited availability. You can register in store. Everybody has to wear a mask, and we're doing 16 people flights. Yeah. But also, if you're not comfortable and you don't want to play in store, we can do take home pre-release kits, and then you can get price support. Also, you get a pre-release kit. You also get 2, of these regular boosters as your price support, and the first X amount, I'm not sure exactly, but we still have some players who register also get a set booster, 1 per customer.
Yeah.
So you get a free set booster. The value is really good, and yeah, you can try to see what the hype is about the new set booster. Luxury suite. So one more of these Battle Ball, and it's good. We haven't gotten like that many double ups. So I'm trying to figure out what we're missing. So we're missing Scalding Tarn.
And Arid Mesa.
Ancient Tomb.
Oh, and Wasteland.
Wait, is it Wasteland or Strip Mine? I think.
Is it Strip?
I don't think. Maybe they're both in. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Another Fetchland, Marsh Flats.
Yep. Hey, honestly, this is exciting.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I've seen this.
All these cards.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really say for certain about the Battle Bond cards because I've never played with them. Really.
I mean, they're very good commander cards. They're basically they're duels that you can't fetch, but they're incredible.
That's another one.
Another Floodstrand, yeah. Another one of the art you don't get.
Yeah.
We have maybe 7 or 8 left.
Okay.
Here, and yeah, I mean it's a lot of lands. Like the mana base is basically the base of everything in Magic. So, any chance I think that we can have more is a good thing. Copperline Gorge. I know we opened this one already, right? No, actually.
Copperline Gorge we have not opened.
Okay.
Yet. We've opened up.
Yeah, I got. It's the Grove the Burn Willows that confused me.
Yeah.
This is a lot of opening, and we opened 1 box. I have to open, another 30 something for the store. So.
Yeah.
Misty Rainforest number 2.
All right, Misty Rainforest number 2.
Yeah, so I'll go when we're done. I'll add the March Flask, the Rainforest. I'm not sure if we sold the one Misty that I put up already, but if we did, then there's a second one now.
Now these box toppers, do they come in the draft box or the set booster box?
They come they come in both boxes.
Okay.
And you get 1 in each box.
Okay.
So this is what happened is. The boxes that we were opening for the store, I just knew that we were gonna crack, so I figured let's crack the box toppers on stream.
And for more clarification, because I know people will have questions regarding this, there are no foil box toppers in the collector, or sorry, not in the collector, in the set and the draft boxes. They are only in the box toppers. The foil versions of these are never in box toppers. They're only in collector booster packs. So on average, you're supposed to get 1 in 6 packs of collector boxes. Okay.
And again, we're gonna crack some on stream next week, and they're on sale. I currently don't have any up for pre-order because we're not sure with the delays. So I pulled it all up for pre-order. But as soon as we have numbers and we get them in our hands, we'll put them back up. Yeah. But they go on sale on the 25th.
Hey. Awesome.
So another Chrome Coast, that's number 3.
Yeah.
And we have
how many we got left?
6 left.
6 left. All right. So what card am I hoping for? Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic. Wrong video. I'm hoping for Scalding Tarn.
Yeah.
So this looks like a Cavern or an Ancient Tomb. Oh, Vista. I forgot Vista was in this.
Oh yeah.
This is a good reprint. I know Modern Horizon just came out last year, but this is just a really good card, and it's played in Commander, in Modern. Everybody loves this card.
I like the fact that they came out with Fabled Passage and Prism all within a few months of each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, one is strictly better than the other. In regards to obviously playability, but the fact that they've just said, you know what, here, have something better than Terramorphic Expanse and
Yeah.
Evolving Wilds. That was the key feature for me.
Okay, I will now. So we got another Delta. So I will now accept a Scalding Tarn or a 4th Delta, because it'd be sweet to get a full playset of Delta and
Yeah.
36 of these packs.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. That would be unheard of otherwise.
And Copperline Gorge again. So that's another double up here.
Yeah.
So we have 3 packs left.
All right. Everybody who's watching, send us all the positive energy and vibes. Open that 4th Delta.
4 Delta is what you're going.
We're gonna go with 4 Deltas.
Catacombs, I think number 2. No, number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3. All right. Okay. So
2 more packs.
Or Delta?
Yeah, Catacombs or Delta. I don't want a playset of Seachrome Coast. We're okay with that. We're gonna pass up on the playset of Seachrome Coast, but Deltas or Verdant Catacombs, I'm good with. This looks like a colorless land.
All right. Okay.
It is another Vista. Again,
Okay.
I'm not gonna complain. The Vista looks sweet and it's a really good card. Last pack. There it is. Okay, which one are you going for?
All right. So the last time we did this,
Yeah, we got the Stoneforge, right?
the Stoneforge and the Meddling Mage. I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a colorless land,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say Strip Mine.
Strip Mine? All right.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm just hoping for the Scalding Tarn. That's what I'm hoping for.
You're hoping for Scalding Tarn?
Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
Let's go.
Scarling Sea of Clouds.
What?
That's anticlimactic.
It is anticlimactic.
It was number 3. I mean, it's a good card. I'm not gonna complain. I like all the Battle Bond lands.
Maybe can we go back to Pat and be like, give us more packs?
More packs. Yeah, that's it. That's all we're opening for the
All
store
right.
for now. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know, and you can always email us or comment on here, and I'll try to reply if you have any questions.
Yep.
We're gonna be back next week sometime whenever we get the collector boxes in our hand to crack, and those collector boxes also come with 2 box toppers each. So we'll open 24 more of these, because I believe that's what we're opening is 12 collector boxes.
And those ones have foils in it, right?
So the box toppers still don't have foils.
Oh, those
but
box
in
toppers.
in the booster boxes we can get foils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now. So
I know it's a little confusing, yeah.
that is a little confusing, but you know what? I like that because I like the fact that these expeditions
Yeah.
are non-foil as well.
Yeah, so in the box topper it's always going to be non-foil.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was it. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We will see you all next week sometime.
Yeah.
Pay attention to our social media, and of course, pre-orders are open, and we will see you this weekend for pre-release.
All right.
Have a great night.